I still remember the day when when I whacked my dad in the nuts, and you know, God rest his soul. I wish he could still be with us. He passed away back in 2007 from testicular cancer, ironically. Oh. It is Wednesday afternoon. It is a typical cloudy, wet, overcast day here in Washington. Getting ready to leave to go to Utah for Carlie's wedding, and just got to run some errands. I got to run by the dry cleaners. I got to go get the oil change on the car, get the tires rotated. I might get a new shirt. So I just found out that my truck died again, and to fix it, I think is going to be more than it is worth. It's been a long run. My truck's been with me a long time. Done a lot of trips in that truck. I've done a lot of like sleeping in that truck. Done a lot with it, and it is officially not going to be doing anymore. I was gonna take the truck to Utah. So what that means is now I have to take the van, which means that now I'm going to have to take Erica and the kids to Utah too, since I can't leave them here without a car. Which is something that the kids are probably excited about because they love going to Utah. So, okay, now I need to run into the store right here, this music store, and grab a cable for my speakers. This is like the third time in the last month I've had to buy a new one, which is kind of a bummer because they're not cheap. So here we go into Be a Cock music. I kind of feel like Be a Cock isn't a very good name for a music store. I think Be a Cock would be a better name for like a dojo, you know, or like a mixed martial arts studio. That's what I would think of when I think of Be a Cock. Remember on the Karate Kid, that dojo where the guy was training all the guys to be bullies? Teaching them how to beat up Danny Russo and stuff like that? That would be the kind of dojo that you would call Be a Cock. Be a Cock dojo. Was it the Karate Kid 2, I think, where the plot goes that that dojo lost the championship in the previous movies, so now the sensei is losing business, and you know, nobody wants to go to his dojo anymore because he lost the championships. I love how movies have to create problems that normally wouldn't be problems in order to get it to fit the plot. Like, I don't think anybody would not go to a dojo just because they lost one fight. Let me explain to you how dojos work. The way you pick a dojo is which one's closest to your house. That's the way you pick a dojo. I don't think anybody ever goes into a dojo and is like, hey, we're just out shopping around. We're just out looking for different dojos. So, you know, how many championships have you guys won in the last 3 years? Okay. And who won the All-City lightweight division last year? Was that you guys, or no? No, it wasn't you? Oh, Well, in that case, you know what? I think we're gonna keep looking. Actually, I don't know if this is gonna be a good fit. I don't know if this is gonna be the right dojo for my 9-year-old. So one of the things that I was working on this morning is I made this little selfie stick thing with a little grip, and on the bottom you can stick a little weight to help with shakiness. So there we go. So I have it so I can attach it to my iPhone, but I also made it so that I could attach it to my Canon in case I want to use that camera. So when I get home, I will bust it out and show you, you know, how it works. My goal is I just want to get better footage. I just want to be able to get better videos, less shaky, better clarity for you guys. I care about the viewers. I just want to help the viewers, you know, enjoy their viewing experience better. So when I get home, I'll put it all together and I'll show you what it looks like. I'm not saying it's gonna work. I'm not saying it's like perfect. I'm not saying it's a genius idea. I'm just saying it's something that I'm trying, and it may work, it may not work, I don't know, but I'll just show you what I'm trying. Oh, and one other thing that I keep putting off that I want to do, or I need to get done, is I wanted to submit a video to America's Funniest Home Videos. I've never done it before, but I have this video from last year when the kids set up a security camera when Santa came. We actually got footage of Santa Claus coming and putting the presents under the tree and everything. We've got very clear footage of Santa taking Lillian's stocking after he put all the candy in it and then farting in the stocking. So I've been wanting to edit that and get that submitted. I thought that would be a good like Christmas thing. I don't know if it's too late or not. So the good news is while I'm getting the oil change, I can hang out here in the car and work on that, work on editing and stuff. I can tell you what the funny thing about America's Funniest Home Videos is. And it's not the commentary. It's when they play a video and then they say, oh, and the family's here visiting us here in the studio audience. And then they cut to the family and then you realize that that video was 15 years old. And then is it just me or is it like no longer funny? America's Funniest Home Videos should have a statute of limitations where they don't play videos that are more than 3 years old, or they don't have families in the audience for videos that are more than 3 years old. Like here's an example, okay? So you got your typical America's Funniest Home Videos video, like baby with a snot bubble, you know? Like you got a little baby and he's blowing a snot bubble out his nose, and every time it pops, he laughs. And you're like, oh, that's so funny. Look at him. It's so cute. And then they're like, oh, and now we got the kid right here in the studio. You get all excited and you're like, oh, that's awesome. We're going to get to see the baby again. I bet, what is it, flu season? Yeah, it's flu season right now. I bet he's going to have a snot bubble. This is going to be great. And then they cut to the kid and he's like this 15-year-old punk kid with black nail polish and a Slipknot t-shirt on. And you're like, that kind of lost its charm. That's no longer my favorite video. It kind of ruins it for you, you know? Or another typical America's Funniest Home video is you got like the 4-year-old learning how to swing a baseball bat for the first time and he whacks his dad right in the nuts. And you're laughing and you're like, oh, that's a great video. You can't make this stuff up. It's so great. You know, that's a good video. That's good stuff. But then they cut to the family and now the 4-year-old is now 40 and he's got a kid of his own and you're like, you jerk, man. You just whacked your dad in the nuts. I hope your kid does that to you. So then they go and interview and he's like, yeah, that was me. I still remember the day. I still remember the day when I whacked my dad in the nuts, and you know, God rest his soul. I wish he could still be with us. He passed away back in 2007 from testicular cancer, ironically. Oh. The next thing I gotta do, I got some spray paint and I gotta run home and paint my speaker stands black. They are black, but for the last couple months, they just kind of got you know, dinged up and scratched a little bit. So I gotta have them looking fresh, looking sharp. So I'm gonna go home and spray paint my speaker stands real quick. All right, so as I said, I'll show you my camera setup that I've been putting together, working on. But first, let me show you my workspace that I just put together. So I got this little desk right here put together. I got this couch over here that I found on Craigslist. Actually, before, my desk was upstairs in Lillian's room, and she had her little space and I had my space, and it worked out well until Lillian is a hoarder and she kept getting more stuff, more toys, and basically we just ran out of room. Until one day Lillian sits me down and she has this talk and she's like, Dad, I've got too much stuff. I thought she was gonna say, I've got too much stuff, I need to get rid of some of it. But she's like, Dad, I got too much stuff, you need to move your desk. So we moved my desk out of her room and we put it in the boys' room, and that worked out until one day Lucas was like, Dad, we gotta have a talk. I've got too much stuff, so we gotta get your desk out of here. So then we moved my desk down here. So this is gonna be my workspace until we move to Utah. And I know you're probably thinking like, so what, big deal, lots of people work out of their garage. Well, I don't work out of my garage, I work out of a small crevice within my garage. This is like half a cubicle right here. Lillian put some decorations up here, a little table runner. She found these old pictures lying around of some motocrossers that we had autographed. And then here's this. This is my, this is an old piston from the last dirt bike I had. Was a CR250, and I think I changed the piston right before I sold it. So I kept the old piston. I used it as like a little pen holder. Just kind of reminds me how cool I used to be. I do lots of editing right here at night, late hours, here on the couch. And then, so here's the camera. And like I said, I never really vlogged with this before just because I thought it was too big, but I'm trying to make it work because I want to make better footage. So what I did is I got these pipes from Home Depot, and I put a 5-pound weight on the bottom just to kind of stabilize and make it so your hand's less likely to shake. But honestly, I think that might be a little heavy. I might do like a 2.5-pound weight. And then there's a little T-bar right here, so I could put a handle on the side if I want to hold it with 2 hands, or I could take this off, so that way if I'm driving I don't have to have the whole bar. Okay, so this will just screw off like that. This is a bicycle grip that I got just for a few dollars at the store. And then there is a cap right here that I screwed a hole through, so then I could put this screw up through here. So I can put the camera on here, or I got a selfie stick just so I could use the top for holding my iPhone. This is a GoPro adapter. So the selfie stick attaches to the GoPro adapter, which has the screw threads on the bottom, so I could screw this on, and then I take the iPhone and I stick it right in there, and then it's good to go, and then I can vlog. Okay, so we'll try this out, we'll see how it goes. Lillian's up there spying on me.
Hi.
Hi, Lillian.
Hi.
So, like I said, I'm just trying to make better footage. I'm just trying to make a better video, so we'll see how this goes. I've noticed that there's different kind of vloggers, like the old school vloggers. They were just really interesting. Vloggers nowadays, it seems like they're just more worried about music, they're worried about setup shots, and that's cool, but I don't think that's my style. That's not what I aspire to. I have no aspirations to being like a movie maker. I just aspire to be a good vlogger. I just aspire for people to be like, oh yeah, he's really interesting. He makes really good points. He's right and I'm wrong. That's all I want. That's all I want people to say. I think that if I could get better shots, it would just be less distracting, and it would be just easier to watch. It'd be less wordy. It wouldn't be less wordy. It would be as wordy, but people wouldn't realize that it's as wordy because they wouldn't be distracted by the shaky camera. So we got a lot to do still to try to get ready to go, but I think we're gonna go ahead and kill the vlog. So thank you for watching. As always, if you love your grandmother, please make sure you thumbs up this video, because if you don't and she finds out about it, then she'll probably kick you out of the inheritance. So bye.
Right.